Hello everyone and welcome to Orange University. On tonight's episode, Bant Toxic. That's it, Bant Toxic. Well, this is the 42nd game of the OTJ, the Thunder Junction meta. So I thought, why don't we try to play a little Toxic deck? Because yeah, that's the number 42, right? It's the answer. Funny enough, Bant Toxic is what's known as a very polar deck. It's very, very good against control and very, very bad against aggro. Well, I want to see whether or not that's true. So I went ahead and, I didn't craft this deck. This deck already exists. So I kind of changed up a little bit. I think back in the days we had Bring the Ending. I took Bring the Ending out because we're not a control deck. So instead I put in, well, a lot of people also did this. So I kind of did a mix match of 2 Slaughter Singer and 2 Charged Mite. So now we have removal that also can create Toxics. And we have Toxic that goes bigger, that combos very well with Skrelv's Hive. So that's kind of the idea of the deck. Of course, we have 4 Crawling Cores for Skrelv to kind of press the early game advantage, along with Jawbone Duelist double striking the Toxic. Jawbone Duelist with Skrelv, every attack is 4 Toxic. That's insane. That's insane how fast it can kill our opponent. We also have Venerated Rot Priest. Venerated Rot Priest combos very well with, where's the card? Right, March of Swirling Mist. The idea is that every time we target one of our creature, our opponent gets a Toxic. If we have 2 Venerated Rot Priests out, every time we target one of our creatures, our opponent gets 2 Toxic. Well, if we March, we can target 3 or 4 of our creatures, and our opponent gets like 6 or 8 Toxic counters or poison counters, and they die real quick to that. So that's kind of how the Bant Toxic deck works. It's super aggressive, and you know, if you don't want to play mono red because you don't want to count to 20, you can play Bant Toxic and just count to 10. 10 is less than 20. So here's how the deck works, right? For early game, we got 4 Crawling Cores, 4 Skrelv, 4 Venerated Rot Priest. That's our early game play. And in turn 2, we wanted to land either one of the 4 Jawbone Duelists, one of the 4 Skrelv's Hives, or one of the 2 Slaughter Singers. On turn 3, we want to have 2 Annex Sentry and 2 Charged Mite, all removal cards. If our opponent had cards on board, we can remove them and push through. If our opponent doesn't have any creatures on board, we can get more Toxic and just press the tempo advantage. Then, of course, we can back that all up with a little bit of Disruption. 4 Fading Hope, 4 March of Swirling Mist, and 4 Serum Snare. All disruption spells that works very well with what our opponent might put on board. And if they don't have anything on board, and this is a great thing about this aggro deck, is that we have a lot of disruption against our opponent's board presence. But if they don't have any board presence, we can do this on ourselves, right? Hey, Fading Hope protects our creatures from being removed by bouncing them. Serum Snare protects our creature from being killed by bouncing them. We can also Serum Snare one of our opponent's artifact or enchantments, and if they're low enough, we can also proliferate. And of course, March does not bounce anything. March phases those creatures out. They'll come back. We don't have to pay the mana again. They'll come back and they'll kill them anyways. In addition to that, March our opponents' blockers, March our creatures for Venerated Rot Priest. Lots of combos in there. And because we're a very aggressive deck, I think the sweet spot of this deck is 22 exact lands. So, what kind of lands we have? Well, you might think that this is Bant Toxic. You want blue, white, and green. It's not really true, right? The white and green mana are mostly for creatures, mostly, right? Their instants are, you know, here, and Skrelv is an enchantment, but everything else is a creature. So the Sea Core can help. The blue is only for instants, so we got to make sure that we have the blue mana because we cannot get that from the Sea Core. So here's the split. We have 1 Eiganjo, 1 Plane, 1 Island, 1 Otawara, then 4 Adarkar Wastes, 4 Seachrome Coast. We want to be able to play those blue-white spells early. We have 1 Razorverge Thicket and 1 Botanical Sanctum. These can help us play the green Rot Priest early, and that's really it, right? So the only green spell that we have is 4 Rot Priests and then 2 Slaughter Singer, all of which can come out from the Sea Core, so we don't need that many dual color green lands. Then, of course, we have 2 Mirrex, which also press the advantage with Mites, and 4 Sea Core, lots of, Phyrexian creatures, so Sea Cores will help. And then we have 2 Thran Portal. Thran Portal is basically a dual color land, or 3 color land that we can name any 1 color we want when we play it. So it does ping us, but that's fine. We're not lasting that long. If we're dying regardless of whether or not we had Thran Portal. So this card is pretty good. I see a lot of decks run 4 off. I don't recommend 4 Thran Portals because it's not that it pings us, but it's a tap land in turn 3 and beyond, right? Once we have 3 lands, the Ramp Portal is a tap land, and we don't want that. We already have enough tap land in Seachrome Coast, Razorverge Thicket, and Botanical Garden later on in the game. And, you know, we really only want to land about 3 or 4 lands. So I think this is where the sweet spot is. We want to have a little bit of basic in case they basic check us, but no more than 2. So that's all for the deck list for Bant Toxic. Let's go into the games. Alright, our opponent is the Waka Waka. Yo, that's a cool name. You missed the lowercase w there. Alright, opponent goes first, unfortunately. 2 Venerated Raw Priest, so can't fault this deck for making me lose life. That's what. Why is it keep? Alright, let's get the green. Get the Raw Priest. I don't know why the audio keeps cutting out like that. Something's going on. Okay, so it's back. The Ran Portal. Killed my Raw Priest. Get a poison. Okay, so now can I protect the second Raw Priest? I guess I could, right? With the Serum Snare? I mean, with the March on the Serum Snare, I don't know if I want to do that though. I'm gonna run out of creatures real fast like this. So you know what? Maybe I'll play a Jawbone Duelist. I don't know if that's the right play, but it's the play I'm going with. Yeah, remove all the deck. So.
This is my home, and I don't appreciate when people touch my thing. Haven't you ever heard of personal
a useful card
space?
20 turns later, unfortunately. I do want to play the Duran Portal, even though it takes a lot of damage away from me. I guess I'll get it on white. Huh. Why is it doing that? I will lose the C core for this. Guess I'll have to.
Tired of your secrets.
I have enough lands as it is. Drops his Liliana. Path of Peril. Have to do this right now. Submit 1. March these 2 guys out. Get 2 Toxic. Alright. Drop the C-Core. Now I can attack 1 here, 1 here. And then I can pump this 1/1. I kill the Liliana.
Fine.
And
I'll
I
take
have
my zombies and leave.
still just 4 Toxic. It's not the end of the world. An opponent is removal of the deck, so it really is gonna be tricky. Okay, I'm gonna lose 5 life every time I play a spell. Let's hope that doesn't happen to me. Well, we're just gonna attack. Do I care about this extra damage? Six. I think I might have lethal. I guess we'll let it out and play first. 2. We'll exile the Raw Priest and this. Right? We'll lose the 5 life, but it will take out his Hostile Investigator. So yeah, that extra 1 damage didn't matter. Well, actually, it might cost me the game, honestly. So we'll attack, gets him to 9. And then we'll play the Jawbone Duelist. We'll go to 4, and then we'll just die to the Hostile Investigator. So yeah, I shouldn't have done the extra damage. I would have killed him this turn. Sort of miss lethal there, right? That kind of counts, but he can't really target my creature without, you know, dying to the poison. And unless he has a Path of Peril, he cannot attack through with the Hostile Investigator. So still kind of alive, even though barely. And due to, I guess that was a little bit of misplay, right? Getting the extra damage doesn't do anything with this deck since I'm not life linking. And, okay, he attacks. I blocks. What is he gonna do? Soaring. I guess good game.
No consequence. Well, you will serve me well.
You get to block one of these. And GG. Kaboom. Got there. Alright, our opponent is Martin from Simpsons. You're gonna sing a nerd song to me? Opponent goes first. We're familiar with that. Razorverge Thicket into Adarkar Wastes. I guess we can keep this. Green, huh? Do I need a blue land? I don't think it matters. They got a raccoon, which is cool. Fabrication Foundry? Whoa, okay. You want to play it that way? We can play it that way. Let's force a reaction. There's two things on the board that he gotta fight, and we have... Okay, I guess he couldn't fight through it. GG. I tried to force a reaction. They reacted, alright? Alright, our opponent is the Gordian. I wonder if they play Mono Green Devotion and Explore. Yeah, well, you know, it wouldn't be a Magic the Gathering game if it didn't say opponent goes first. We have Chorus into Hive. Not the best opener, but maybe. Spar Buff Canal. So they are some sort of a plotted prowess deck. Cool. Annex Sentry is kind of dead to a prowess deck because they're all hasters. But I might be able to get some damage in. That might matter. Skrelv's Hive's pretty cool. Unfortunately, when it went first, he gets the Temple, and I get the nothing. Let's go for an attack. See if he wants to react. Alright, so the Hive's probably going to get countered, but what are we going to do? Not play spells, right? Counter my Hive. Come at me. So maybe it's not is a prowess. Maybe it's just guy. Oh, what the heck? Curate? A little slow. Surveil to draw a card. Maybe it's a combo, and they'll just blow me out in one turn. Intrude the Mind. Now I see a lot of YouTubers nowadays trying to play like a rotation proof deck. Maybe this is one of those. These are rotation proof. Actually, I don't even know where Curate's from. This is Strixhaven, and I'm pretty sure Strixhaven's rotated out. So, yep. Do we Durant Portal here just because we can? And name green? I think I'm gonna name blue. I don't need green for anything, right? I had a C core for green. Yeah, let's name blue. Let's see what they do. I have a Proliferate and a Scry. Okay, so they're just gonna do that. I can Annex Sentry this. So it's not completely dead. They gotta have a play, right? Ill-timed Explosion. I think I'm fine with that. I think I am fine with him exploding my 1/1 Mite. Alright, discard a Curate. There's no point in bouncing anything. I'll get the 1/1 Mite anyways. And there's a dead turn for me, but it's okay. It will have to do. Oh, look, punish for not playing that. Okay, so I don't want to play the Venerator Raw Priest because it kind of just loses to the board. But first, let's attack to get the trigger on. Now we have corrupted, right? So I want Annex Sentry, but I guess we'll play this first. Annex Sentry on your clue token. Take that. No more clue for you. Power and toughness equal to the number of instant and sorcery cards in your graveyard. Yo! That's a card. I'll take the 1. That's a card, alright. But, that's a little slow for my taste. We'll gain a 3. We'll play the Venerator Raw Priest. Oh boy. That's a board. Actually, I could have just won. What am I doing? He was tapped out. He does it again. Alright, his next spell costs 3 less, which is really good. Curate? Yeah, let's not do that. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exile this. He's tapped out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just gonna exile all of my cards. You get the poison. Venerator Raw Priest with March is broken as frick. Goodbye. GG. That's a weird deck. It almost looked like a starter deck. Alright, our opponent is cheap ass. Hey, I don't want to play against myself. You go first. What? With a Mirrex and a Adarkar Wastes. Wow, that's insanely good opener. Alright, let's see what happens. I'm gonna take damage anyways, right? Might as well do this. I don't think I'm gonna play a Raw Priest even if I draw it, because we are gonna Jawbone Duelist him. Recruitment Officer? Alright, let's see if you want to block. No blocks. Turns it on. Now we duel. And I have blue, right? I can march the heck out of all of his cards. Copper Coat Vanguard? Okay, I can no longer march the heck out of all of his cards. Or can I? I can just Fading Hope the Vanguard and then attack anyways. I think it's fine. A Sea Core. I need more tempo, right? Here you go. What would you like to block? No blocks. Gutsy move. Let's see if it pays off. Going to 4. And now I have lifelink. Copper Coat Vanguard again? I mean, we can do this again. We can do this all day. I'll proliferate. Goodbye. It sounds like Chef. Goodbye, cheap ass. It was pretty cheap. That deck was cheap. Alright, our opponent is McSlurminator. Nice name. We're gonna go first, but unfortunately, 1 toxic creature. And really no way to get more, right? Can I keep this hand? I don't think so. Alright, let's mulligan. Nah, this is a better hand. I guess we'll put back a Fading Hope. All the other cards are really useful. So we'll keep 6. No protection. No protection where we're going. Brawl. Alright, McSlurminator. How would you like to slurm? Mounted. That's how you like to slurm. Alright, scam time. We're just gonna get scam out of the deck. Yep, that's probably what's gonna happen. I don't think he's gonna block, so he's just roping for no reason. Which is what people do, right? Come on. It'd be funny if he proliferates the Toxic. Jesus Christ. You really... Come on. What? You know it triggers first. So you don't get to kill my 1/1. Ah, Exterminator. Diamond 1 does not even know how the game works. I'm gonna Hive you. Probably haven't done a scam. Oh, okay, it's just a show off. Yeah, it's another one of those decks. It's another one of those games. Take the 1, I can't block. Yeah, the green. Maybe we'll get somewhere. Let's hope he doesn't have any burn spells. Just, come on. This is what we get in Super High Diamond League. Opponent don't even know how their cards work. I didn't strike my face. Sure. Oh, you're gonna attack me for 8? Oh, I'm your card. Whoops. Disgusting. Alright, well, that's out of that game. Next one. Alright, our opponent is Johnny Walker U. I want to go first? No, I go first. Whoa. I go first with a Jawbone Duelist? That's a keep. Not a good sort of hand, but it is one that if I mulligan, I don't think I'll get better in most scenarios. Evolving Adaptive. Do I want to let it evolve? This does not proliferate. This just kind of filters my draw a little bit. I like that card. It'll be pretty useful. Here's a Duelist. Let's duel. It's time to do. A Kumano. Ah, interesting. Alright, well, let's do that again. I do like a land. He really needs to kill the Jawbone Duelist, or he'll die. Bristly Bill, not a very good card right now. He can definitely landfall this turn. Alright, I don't need to play this land, right? This will give him 4 Toxic. Green. Everything he has is green, so we'll end the turn this way. Let's see what he's going to do. If he's going to deal 16 damage to me this turn. If he's not, I don't care too much about what he has on board. Plaza. Alright, so can't really do anything to the Bristly Bill. Malera. Okay. Let's see if he attacks. Because if he's attacking with anything, I would just name green, and then he won't be able to get through with anything. With Skrelv. Alright, MT. Now he's tapped out. Does he discard a card? He doesn't discard a card. I can exile 4 creatures, right? Is there any protection? If you will get 1 or more counters. Alright, yeah, there's protection, so 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll take the adaptive. He can sack the Malero, but he doesn't get anything. I'll take 3. I think green again. That's 10. GG. Goodbye. Yeah, see, the Jawbone Duelist just pushes through. Alright, our opponent is doomed. Cool. I hope I'm not doomed. The opponent goes first. I'm doomed. Alright, well, it's a very good hand. But opponent goes first. So no matter how good a hand I can have, it won't matter if our opponent goes first. Big sigh. Big sigh. And they're red. And they're Phoenix check red. So... guess we drop the Raw Priest and make him targeted. So if I play a Skrelv and he targets that, he'll just put more damage through. This is at least threatening him. So he has to get rid of this, which kind of limits his mana a little bit. Fugitive, okay, he does not care. He does not care. Should have cared. Should have cared a little bit. Every target is 2. I can give 4 on him right now. Or Razorverge. Serum Snare. No. I need another mana of some sort. Block here. Not a mana. Guess I can play Skrelv. He's on 3. Targeting 3 creatures will kill him. With March. Didn't draw a land though. Could have helped. Raw Priest is such a broken card. I mean, come on. How does he stop what I have? Colorless? Alright. He gets a 2/2. Do I just bounce something? Huh. That's interesting. Guess I don't. Right, if I target the Skrelv, that would be 2 toxic, and then I can march. No, I cannot march. Right, I'm going like that. Jawbone Duelist. So I'll fall attack. The face down card blocks 1. I'll march. I'll march it. I'll march 2 creatures, right? And I march 3 creatures. 3 creatures is 9. I have to march all 3 creatures for this to matter. It's kind of tricky. Colorless, face down. Well, if I don't attack here, I don't actually advance my board state. Right, so guess I'll wait a whole turn. I think I missed lethal. I should have marched last turn. Oh well, let's see what happens. See if he kills me this turn. I do have a march in the back of this. Slick shot show off. Okay. See if he just attacks and not lethal. Cool. No blocks. Lightning strike? Oh boy. First you get 2. 1, 2, 3. Should not have done that because you just lethaled yourself. How many is that? GG, Red. Should have done a little bit of math. 2, 4, 6, 10. Alright, goodbye. That was a number, right? That was more than 10. Alright, our opponent is M. Jordan A69. Alright. The first part of that name made sense. I don't know. Do you want a 69 Jordan? Is that what's going on? That's not very nice of you. Alright. We cannot play the Hive with the C-Core. That's not a Phyrexian, believe it or not. We can play everything else. Going first. No, opponent goes first. We're going of course opponent goes first. I think I'm going to keep anyways. I don't think that's too bad of a hand. It's not great. I wish I can play the Hive. That would really press the advantage. Here comes the bat. Beanstalk. Oh, control deck. A slow control deck. Interesting. Well, control decks are kind of bad against us if we had good draws, but we don't, so they might be able to get there anyways. If they put out a blocker, we're good. If they just remove the Jawbone Duelist like all control decks do, then we're kind of screwed. Yep. I mean, there was really not much I could have done in that scenario. At least right now I can hide. And also play out another chorus. Just keep pressing the tempo, and hopefully we get there. Yeah, it's not that easy, right? I mean, they get the Sunfall, and I'm kind of just screwed here. Field of Ruin? Alright. Annex Sentry. Flanker? Flanker's okay. I gotta go to full control mode. We'll resolve the first thing that he wants. Gain 2 life and Skrelv. Then I will Serum Snare it. Gives me some lifelink. I don't think it matters. Submit 1. We'll pay the blue. I'll pay this. Alright, now we go out of full control mode. Submit Proliferate. I have lifelink. He goes to 5. I hope he's not hoping just on the flanker. Alright, the very long rope for this turn. Do I have basic lands in the deck? I don't actually remember if I have any basics. So the Field of Ruin might get me if he knows that, but I don't think he can afford to waste the mana for that. So I'll go to my turn. We got another C-Core. That's pretty good. Let's see. We'll just attack. Put him to 8. Gotta go back to full control mode again. To the top. He wants that card to the top. Do I need the green? I don't think so. Crawling Course. Can that get me there? Guess I'll have to. Now we can leave full control mode. Full control mode is fine. Alright, leave it to the top. Maybe he'll use the Field of Ruin. Now, can he Sunfall me? He can Sunfall me next turn. Sunfall's gonna hurt. Didn't use the... Oh, no, he couldn't. He only had 2 mana. So here comes the Sunfall. If I had another Serum Snare, I would have won. I just need to push 1 damage, right? Farewell. Wow, okay. What did he target? Everything? Is it, okay, first you resolve the card draw, I guess. Artifact, creatures, enchantment, graveyard. So even his own cards? Well, double Crawling Chorus, see what he has. It's very hard to fight through these without an exile ability. Unless he has another Farewell. Cornucopia does not help here. If you just have a flanker, I think he dies. Right? Alright, GG! Woohoo! Got there. Welcome back, everyone. Now that you've seen all of those games, how did you feel? I gotta be honest, I played maybe 10 games. I won 8 of those 10 games. It feels overwhelmingly good, but we did hit a pretty lucky streak most of the time, and we get blown out whenever we go second against red, which, I mean, on Arena, if you ever played Arena in recent years, you go second against red half of the games, right? So on a normal day, I think this deck will put up about half the numbers. So not a bad deck. Bant Toxic is a very strong deck. I think it's top of the top tier. In that it should be top 1 or tier 1, I should say, right? It's definitely not number 1 best deck in meta. I think that still goes to just Boros Convoke or Mono Red Aggro. Just unfortunately, because a Slick Shot is a card that whoever designed it should be fired. That's not a card that should ever be in Magic. It is what it is. Now, when we look at this deck, right? Is there a bad version of this? Is there a bad version of the draw that makes this deck bad? I don't think so. That's what makes this deck so strong. Almost any combo of this first 7 cards will be good as long as, you know, the Arena Shuffler does have a pretty bias. Let's just call it a bias, right? It's not cheating. It's just bias on how much lands we get. So usually we get 2 or 3 lands. And if we do that, we'll get 4 of these cards. And if we get 4 of these cards, most of them are 1 or 2 drops, so we definitely can keep in the early game. And if you can't keep because you draw all the interactions and no creatures, mulligan and you'll draw creatures. All you have to do is try to land a 1-drop on early game and you have a pretty good advantage. If you can't land a 1-drop, try to aim for a Jawbone Duelist. That's also pretty good. Hive is also pretty good, right? So these always press the advantage. And for a Toxic deck, we only need to get to 10. And a lot of these cards help us get to 10 pretty fast. So very strong deck. Bant Toxic can get you to Mythic, as you can see when I'm playing right now. I'm almost at Mythic, right? 1 more game, and maybe we're there. 2 more game, I don't know. We'll probably lose just directly down to Mono Red anyways. This deck is very strong. Highly recommend it. That's really all I got for you today. Thank you very much for joining me, and I will see you guys next time.